Still I rise. Ha ha! Welcome back to the Monday Manna. There it is. Ha! Yeah.
Oh, we having a good time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I know we all in your business, messing up your social life. Keep the numbers deleted. Not add them back to your phone. It's all right. God's gonna help you. Welcome back. How y'all feeling?
I'm kind of pumped.
Y'all feeling better? Because last episode, y'all was real, like y'all had wedgies or something.
Just uncomfortable.
Yeah, y'all just didn't seem
Because you have, the last one was heavy. You got to be real with yourself.
I was trying to be patient, but Lord.
You got to be real with yourself when you examine your social life. So that one, we apologize. That probably came off a little heavy.
I was like, well, hey, guys.
Sometimes we got to got a little break of a little bread. Like, everything not going to always be sunshines and rainbows. We gotta hit heavy. Like,
right.
Brandon was fine. The rest of y'all just.
Brandon was fine. Okay.
I've been trying to. I'm trying. I'm doing what I can do.
It's the glasses for me.
You're doing it.
She doing it. Yeah. I know that much. She doing it.
Ain't no such thing as trying. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Achieving.
Well, y'all know how we do. If you know some people that you can't stand their friends, send it to 5 people that you can't stand their friends.
So much.
Send it to 5 of them, and share, like, subscribe. If you're having some troubles in your life and need prayer, meet us every Monday at 6:15 in your parking lot before you go in for the parking lot prayer. And hit our lifeline. Lifeline 833-551-708. It's on the screen. And follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and your mama and them. All them. Follow us. And join the conversation. We don't say amen at the life table. We say
that part.
That part. Really, if something touched your soul, please don't gatekeep. Put it in the comments so somebody else can kind of chew on it. If you struggling with what we saying, let us know in the comments. They there for a reason. Like, say something to us. I like when y'all talk back. I'm a talk back preacher. Anyway, all right. How are y'all processing episode 1? Like, what's your... Is that bad?
Processing episode 1?
Yeah, that came out like one word. How are you all processing episode 1?
I think I'm being more intentional with bringing my light into places, right? Like, I've never been one to dim or diminish naturally, but after last episode, I really tried to approach, like, the next days around showing up authentically, right? And that's one of my favorite compliments when, like, people know you from social media and they meet you in real life. Like, wow, you really are, like, that authentic. And I'm like, yeah. But you realize sometimes, like Brandon was saying, you're in some of these darker spaces sometimes, and it's so taxing that sometimes you bow out and you don't want to show up, but sometimes you're already there and you know you're giving 75.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about illuminating regardless of.
Shameless plug.
Here we go.
Maya is one of the first. She's the firstborn of the discipleship group. So, like, people be like, come up to me like, can I meet Maya?
That is not
like,
true.
That literally happened.
It's not true.
That literally happened to me. Somebody's like, can I meet Maya? And I was like,
we are physically in an edifice.
I don't know where. You want me to call her? Or you want to FaceTime her? I don't know. What you want me to do? I'm confused here. I don't carry Maya around with me.
I don't carry Maya around.
I don't know how to answer that one.
It's not my day to watch
But
her.
when we're in the same space, you could absolutely. And guess what? You can meet her.
At the well.
At the well. Besties. All right.
I've been working on my budget. You know how, like, when you spend too much money and you look at your account and be like, dang, let me cancel some of these subscriptions. I'm working on canceling my subscriptions.
That's what we doing.
Here we go. And auditing where my time and my socialism.
Hey, come on.
She did drop.
We'll take it.
Social. It's going. All of that. So you see, working in practice.
I'm working
on it. So yeah. So
you
yeah.
should be saying in big words like we can just say it back like
socialism.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Socialism and Christianity.
Ministry and socialism.
He spit them joints out last week.
Dumb.
So I
It
was
was
like, dog. Yo, cooking up, whipping them up. All right,
Moving on. Brandon, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I think that last episode really opened up our eyes to kind of how or what our responsibility is and making sure that we are always aligned. And no matter what we're doing, whether it's our social circle, whether it's our our family, with our goals, our career, I think that last episode is really that's really what stood out to me the most, is just making sure that I'm always aligned and understanding that when you are aligned, you will be used. And that is just the tough reality of being a Christian.
Yeah.
There goes the Angel's Advocate again.
Look. On this week with Angel's Advocate.
On this week with
The
Angel's
Angel's
Advocate.
Advocate.
Brandon Woodruff. All right.
All right, now it is time for Table Games with Tip.
Hey.
So this week we're gonna do kind of the same thing we did last week, but this week is spend or save. So spend as in you will invest your time, your money, your energy. Save is nah, dog. I'm good, big dog. You got
Hard
that.
pass.
I'm gonna hold it back and do something else. So y'all ready?
We ready?
Let's see.
First scenario: driving to a friend's event that's an hour away that you really don't want to go to, but you feel like you gotta support. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna spend it or y'all gonna save it?
I'm gonna save it. That ain't hard for me at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it, big dog.
You gonna save it?
I'm in a season where I will spend it this season because I have a great friend mix and I never want to be expensive, meaning I'm taking more than I'm giving. So I will take time to make sure I spend it to know you. I'm invested in you as my friend. So if that means I build some connection and capital, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that drive if I can because I have only limited capacity because I have a little human
There you
at
go,
home.
there you
so
go.
if my little human gets signs of permission slip, then yeah, absolutely, I'm there. Absolutely.
Okay. What about hosting people at your house?
I'm saving. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, but my house is like the space where I unplug. and-
People are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say people are friends.
Friends. Let's go friends.
Yeah, still getting there. I'm not quite there.
I'll
yet.
spend it.
Yeah.
I spend it.
Yeah, I'm a very friend oriented person. Like the people who I call my friends, I feel like they are my safe space. They are the people I want to be around. So
Yeah, absolutely. If I consider you a friend to that degree to even extend the invitation to my home, then I would really want you there.
Yeah.
So the few times that I have had like, a game night or a birthday kind of thing, like the handful of people that they did it for me, I don't calm down. Calm down. You see how your friends do? Friends be like, I ain't know about your surprise
That's
party.
crazy.
Like,
That's
game.
crazy, right?
But yeah, if you're close enough to my circle to say like, come to my
Close
house,
enough.
can you not?
they didn't want
Oh
to.
my God.
Maya didn't want to invite the pastor.
Men and women of God,
Let me find
don't
out.
let.
She didn't want to invite the
That's
pastor. Let me
crazy
find
work,
out.
bro. That's crazy work. I ain't gonna hold you.
You know what? I'm gonna save it because I don't even want the smoke.
Yeah, you might want to tell on yourself. Not close enough is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Jeez. I'm gonna save it because my house is not ready to be entertaining. So I'm getting my house ready for so I can.
Entertain guests.
Yeah, I want like you to come over and not have to worry about anything. Like I want you to be cool and feel the vibes right.
Comfortable, yeah,
So I'm
well
trying to
received.
get, I'm trying to get things together. We can't do that. So
I probably would spend it too. I am the host. I love.
I can see you being a great host.
I'm the host.
you are a host.
Hostess
Yes.
with the mostest.
At your house?
Yeah.
At my house.
See how it's coming again? See how it's coming again?
Crazy.
Wow.
That is.
At my house. I don't do it often. I don't want y'all to confuse that.
Twice a year,
But
maybe.
Oh, so
when
you
I-
been? You
but
been over there?
he's getting that he hasn't been, but
that's crazy.
that's what he's getting at. But he will. Christmas is coming.
Wow, that's
Thank
insane.
God, Minnesota.
He's gonna run out of tea.
I am gonna run
He's
out
just
this
sipping
episode.
away.
Apparently, I'm learning new things. Close enough.
My
and,
God.
All right.
know.
I got
Sorry.
one more for you.
Let's hear
right.
it. Come on.
Liking a friend's picture when you don't think it's cute and you hate
I'm
the
saving
caption.
it. I'm saving it.
Mercy.
But that's your friend, though.
I don't care. I'm saving it. I tell my homegirls all the time. I tell people all the time this, like, you are dead wrong
Oh,
for letting your friend go out. Like, matter of fact, that ain't your friend.
Okay,
If
okay.
you liking and echoing and you know that junk look a hot mess, if you know her wig is a little lopsided, if you know her outfit is a little bit too short and her
Cut his
stomach a
mic
little
off,
bit too big, I'm that real of a friend. Like, before we step out, I'm not gonna do it publicly. But before we step out, hey,
I ain't gonna let you go out
gang.
bad.
Heck nah, what you got on? What's that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you with it. What's that? You know what
What are those? Yeah, he
I'm
will.
saying? Like, nah, don't do
What's
that.
that is crazy.
that's actually very real.
Yeah, I'm saving it
That's
though. I'm
actually
not giving
very
you no
real.
fake like or no fake share or no
No, because you've seen it and you've seen the 4 or 5 homegirls from the circle like, oh yeah, that's my girl. not. And you be like,
Didn't.
what? I see lots of crumbs. What do you mean?
That
Crumbs everywhere.
that outfit eating you. That's what they
All the way tragic.
You get ate up, all right?
Oh, you get ate up.
You get ate up.
Hashtag
Basura.
Hey, my hashtag CC. Look, check the comment section. The comment section go crazy.
Look.
You did that because you should have told your friend not to step out the house.
Exactly.
Like that.
I'm the one putting the emoji chairs in. Talking about, I'm just here for the comments. Like,
Listen,
I brought a seat for everyone.
if that's you today, we're praying for you. Understand?
Be loosed from the sin.
Listen, I'm a victim. I have real friends. Apparently, Tiffany was like, "Yo, you not so what you say so cushiony,
Thick.
you know." And so I was like, "Well, you really are a friend," and I'm happy that
I feel like you're being very vulnerable this episode.
I am
Having
because you
some
guys,
moments.
you know, y'all could get me together. But she definitely did me like that. She
Look,
was like,
Because you
and
gotta
I-
let your people
honesty.
know.
and I have had to change a few times during our recording because Tiff.
Because you didn't like
But that's
it. Look,
real though.
No, she did. She let me know. Hey, big dog, that's
The brand is
that
the
ain't
brand,
the-
man.
that ain't going.
Brand
And
is
your
the
friend is
brand,
gonna
man.
tell you something out of love.
They will.
The
Right.
people are gonna tell you something out of like making you a mockery. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
It
it's,
benefits them to let you look a mess.
and it's cool that we can laugh about it amongst each other, but
Yeah.
like it's not meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, for
so, Like
sure.
that's. I mean, like Tiffany's always exuding real friendship, but yeah, but, you know, yeah, that's just another one of those.
It's giving real
Yeah,
friends.
that's one of those. You know.
Now, I want to say this real quick because I've been dealing with this a lot. If you have a problem gaslighting people, you really need to pray because I've been dealing with that quite a bit.
Who been gaslighting you?
Just people, I'm finding this may be a new thing, maybe something I'm just not discovering. Manipulators love gaslighting.
That's how it works.
I mean, here recently it's been like, whoa, like
No, I have to rewire
I'm being-
your
I'm being-
narrative so it
yeah.
fits mine.
right. I guess it's just the work I'm doing and it makes me real sensitive about it. But oftentimes they'll let you look a certain way.
Oh, yeah.
Because it leverages their position. So I'm just kind of echoing why real friends
Yeah.
are so important. And you don't be so sensitive when you're getting solid feedback because they love you. And people that don't love you
Would
will-
send you
are
out.
Okay with you looking like a fool.
Would
Like,
send
real
you
talk.
out gladly. That's love.
Well, what's on the menu, D?
Hey, D, what's on the menu?
Well, thank you. Thanks for asking. We are continuing our understanding of your social life. And tonight, I really want to talk about balancing your social life. We talked about the cost of it last time, but I really want to talk about balancing your social life. So let me explain. If you want to balance your life, I really want to make this simple. To balance your life, to balance literally your money, you need a budget. This means you need boundaries. This means that whether you like it or not, you have a budget, meaning there is a trend on how you spend your money. Whether you admit it or not, you have one right now. Now, the question is whether that budget is intentionally what you design it for it to be or whether you're being controlled by an accidental budget, meaning you're not being a good steward of what you are giving and taking. So when I say take control and balance it, I mean take control of the boundaries to how much you give and how much you receive. Does that make sense to y'all?
Oh, for sure.
for
So that's what we want to talk about tonight, the different types, because there are different types of budgets. But before we get into that, words with Maya.
Oh, wait, what's my word?
Now, we went over this.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
See, this is
Back.
why.
I got it.
Y'all pray for them. Like,
I got
I'm
it.
really trying, but for real, like,
I got it. Come on.
I'm supposed to tee you up, though. You're not supposed to know until I say the will. Pray for the will.
We come
tonight.
prepared.
Really? What
Not
is
tonight.
it? Hey, Maya.
Hey. Trying.
I'm pausing for the chop there so we can get this.
Look.
What is a social budget, Maya?
A social budget.
Use one of those big words like
I'm not doing this with you. So, remembering what last week was, or 2 weeks, however this comes out. Your social life is your interpersonal skills. Keeping that in mind, your social budget is the capacity for which you have to engage. To what level, to what extent, what can you hold and contain, what can you give and allot. That would be your budget. You said before, you may have a bad one, whether you think you have a budget or not, you got a budget. I have a terrible budget. Like, I know this. I'm way too available, and then I won't accept it. It's bad. But if you're unintentional with how you're governing your social skill, bad. All bad, babe. You're overgiving, you're under-receiving. At any given time, you're imbalanced.
You're getting so good at this.
Thanks,
dude.
guys.
Like, that was good.
Stay tuned for the next one.
Isn't that fire?
I agree.
No big words that time. I mean, capacity, but it's not a big
Capacity
word.
is not a big. Socialism
but
ain't a big word.
Well, that last part ties everybody. Socialism.
I'm gonna find a big word for y'all. Give me a few.
Advantageous was hidden. Okay. Anyway, that's right. That's right, Maya. That was
This show.
No, that was great. That was great. And I hope you
social
really
budget.
do take into account, because that's going to be important. I want to welcome you back to Your Life Bank and Trust. Your Life and Trust, where you're at the bank of your life. Really, I really do want you to imagine this, though, because we are way intentional or unintentional about money and giving and taking, but we never talk about the currency of people and the currency of time and emotion. So tonight we're going to talk about the different types of social budgets, because there are different types. You can have a deficit, as she's talked about, where you are feeling isolated, have little connections, emotionally underfunded, where you giving out way too much. You can have a surplus where you are overextended, right? We talked about that. How you are mismanaging the extra that you have to give. Maybe you have a misunderstanding of what your surplus is to give. Maybe you think you have more and you don't have more. You can have that type of budget. And then you have balance, where you're just balanced. You have a solid rhythm, a solid cadence for who is and who isn't in your social life. Have a disciplined boundary. And
There it
oftentimes
is.
good boundaries is indicative of a solid, balanced budget. Let's first start with deficit. This is where we talk about too little connections, feeling isolated. This, in my opinion, is the most dangerous type of social budget, because it puts you in a vulnerable, cynical place that makes you very sensitive and, dare I say, detrimental to other people.
Yeah.
People that are in a deficit sometimes can be pushed to desperation, meaning you try to find connections from negative places to fill the void of what you're not getting. So the question that I want us all to grapple with, that I think gets to the core of whether you have this or not, here's the question I have for y'all, is who do I currently have in my circle that truly supports me, even in small ways? Do you guys have people in your circle that support you or that you can lean on? What does that look like for you? She's
So,
giving real friendship.
I think I'm the strong friend.
Ooh.
But here lately, I have been trying to be softer.
Come on,
you know?
softer.
And try to stop being so much in my head, because I will isolate and not be around people, and that's not good, because I'm isolating in my own and not being in solidarity with God.
Okay.
Listening to yourself.
Listening to myself, which is unhealthy.
Yeah. Turns into spiraling.
And so now I do definitely have a small group of friends that I call, ain't a whole lot, probably 2-3 people that I lean on now, instead of like trying to figure it out myself. Let me call and get a second opinion. What do you think about this? I've made this decision. This is a decision that I want to make. What you got for me?
Yeah.
People that I trust.
That's wise counsel.
That they're wise counsel that I know wouldn't lead me astray, because sometimes I can be so strong-headed to my own demise.
Yeah.
Like,
And I have a question for you, Tip. Like, why do you feel so confident in those people's ability to aid you in them times? Like, what is it about them?
their decisions that they make for themselves. How I see them in adversity, or a previous conversation that advice they gave me that I used and it helped me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back.
Tried and true.
I'm gonna keep going back to somebody who I know that's on my level. They kind of but to me knowing you, I know this is this and this, and I'll be like, okay,
There's something I can lean on.
this is something that I can lean on.
I think the deficit budget is probably the most common in that 30-something age bracket, because we've had to prioritize our careers. Some of us have moved away from, your home cities, or you stayed at your college city. And now maybe your friends that you had years ago, they've all moved away. And you look up and it's like, you don't have a social circle in your vicinity, even though like my best friends live in Georgia. And when I was in Georgia, that was great. But now I'm back in Nashville, and it's like, it often feels like I don't have any friends.
You feel alone.
And that couldn't be further from the truth. It's just that the proximity looks different now. So what is maintaining relationships and closeness when the distance is what's taking over, and we have to prioritize our jobs and our little people and our partners? And it's like, it's not that you don't want connection. It's just that all these priorities pile up against it. And then you look up and it's like, I can't really drive 45 minutes across the city just for dinner
'Cause I'm
on a Thursday
tired.
night because I'm tired, dog. And we got to get right back up. You know what I mean?
I mean, you literally
the
just
deficit
don't
is so
have
common.
it. You just don't have it.
You just don't have it to
I just
give.
I don't have it to give. Like, I think the best example or the best analogy is like literally, wanting some food or wanting some very basic, some gas, like something very basic, and your bank account is on zero.
Yep. I cannot have it.
I mean, like, it doesn't matter what you do. You can swipe that card 1,000 times. It's not gonna give.
Yep.
And I think the reality is, until you actually put money back into that account, that's when you would have the capacity for whatever it is on the other side, the gas, the food, the whatever, right? And I think bringing that back to the conversation that we're having about, the social deficit, is like, how can you pour?
From an empty cup.
How?
You can't. And I think this person, for me, you slip into danger when you're not honest that you don't have nothing to give. And I've done that. I've been the person who overcommitted, not being honest about their deficit. And what you do in those situations, and what I've done, is hurt people from my overcommitment. Instead of being honest and saying, hurt people from my, don't hurt people because of your overcommitment. And not being honest, you got a deficit. Because you may be delaying their vision. You may be taking up space for somebody who actually has capacity. You may be a distraction. Because when you at a deficit, you don't have the capacity to be in the moment because you're overwhelmed by the other moments.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing that I hear a lot that, strong people do that is very, very unhealthy is when they're in the moment. Like, I see it a lot on social media, is like people saying stuff like, what about the people who give when they have nothing left to give, right? And it's like, the reality is like, bro, that's unhealthy. Like, yes, we champion, yes, we pat on the back the person who is strong and who can, show up when they can't even show up for themselves. But like, how selfish are you on the other side of that to even take that from that person?
I think that's generational. I think there was a generation that attacked and said it was selfish to set boundaries.
Yep.
That you
only
are
as good as
not
your gift.
exactly. You're not on, and honestly, in church spaces, you see this all the time by manipulative leaders that make people feel guilty for saying no.
But I don't have it to give.
Because I don't, and it's like, well, you're not serving. I'm not serving.
God's not gonna bless you.
God's
not
not.
serving.
Yeah.
Who
I'm not-
you?
You make it transactional.
Say it again. I'm not doing what now?
Am I not serving or am I not serving
And
you?
you do what now?
You make it transactional.
Make a
Yeah.
transaction. This is why I want you. Let me free somebody.
Hey.
Let me free somebody, like Makai said one episode in The Power of No. You gotta be careful around manipulative people because manipulative people will push you into normalizing deficits.
There it is.
And you cannot get to a place where you normalize serving and trying to be somewhere when you literally don't have. That is extremely dangerous. Why? Because you're vulnerable. Somebody push you the right way, and you're gonna pop off. Or you just will take up space, or you will half do something. I'm not gonna cuss because I almost half do something. Then and what you're doing is not hurting you; it's hurting the people that are counting on what you may be bringing. And I'm a byproduct of that because we also come from an era, especially us millennials, where the resume building, I want to be on everybody's board, and I want to say that I did this.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I found: just because you're everywhere doesn't mean you're everywhere good.
Nope.
Right? And oftentimes when you're everywhere, you're not giving any one thing the best of you because you don't have it.
That's so true.
Tiffany probably over here kicking me under the table because she's told me that 1,000,000 times. Like, that's a personal proverb that Tiffany has told me specifically
What?
1,000,000 times because I'm the person who's always bouncing and overextending myself in different areas. And then it's like everything gets 10%. Nothing ever gets 100%, so nothing ever comes to fruition. It's like they just all die as great ideas because I don't have the energy to fuel them.
They all die as great ideas because you don't have the energy to finish them.
Yeah, at all.
And I'm there. I've been there, and I'm
so
recovering
interesting.
from that.
And I'm gonna give you another just thing that came to my mind when you were talking about like generational, right? Is that me and one of my friends were having this conversation not too long ago because our generation has devalued the dollar drastically.
Right.
Like, we do not value the dollar at all. But, like, if you look at, like, our grandparents' generation, right? Like, the reason why at 70 years old, let's rewind. The reason why they worked a bare minimum job for 30 years and at 70 they have an 800 credit score, no bills, nothing to worry about, they're in a stable situation, is because they did what? They budgeted for those 30 years correctly. Like, it didn't matter how much they made. They took care of what they had.
They lived within their means.
And I think that's what God a lot of times is trying to get us to do.
Yeah.
It's us to see that even with the little that he does give us, it's enough. As long as we budget it properly, it will be like, I mean, what? 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread?
Make it stretch.
Like, you know, but it's about how are you budgeting that, right? And I think that's where a lot of times, too, our generation gets in a deficit, not necessarily because we just give away too much, but sometimes we don't value what we have, and so we just give it away frivolously.
Ooh.
Right. So with that in mind, I want to shift. And I really want to tee this up because I have to deal with this person in the context of social life and social budgeting. I want to deal with the person who has a surplus because they take too much. The surplus budget is you got too much because you don't never give away.
This person, very much when we were kind of drafting this notion and whatnot, this person, to me, is the epitome of an attention whore. And hit dog holla. But
Check the camera.
Check the camera.
like, you're the person that is watching the views on your story. You're the person that's counting likes and doubling back to your Instagram throughout the day to see how your last post is doing. You know, and we do this as business owners on some like, how is the content trending?
Right.
You know, I'm trying to be responsible. I'm watching the analytics. You know, these are things that are skills. When you are affirmed by these meaningless interactions, that's when you have surplus. You get all the attention in the world, and it still ain't enough. You got 10,000 followers, you only follow 200 people. But everyone loves you, and you got hearts for everybody under your picture because they affirm you, but you don't never see that person say happy birthday. If they do, it's a HBD and a balloon. You know,
It's
like,
light.
it's light. It's nothing. Nobody else matters to these people. But as long as you see me, feed my ego, tell me I'm doing so good, you know, the good girl complex, attaboy complex. You got to get all the affirmation. That's an attention whore.
Yeah. And I think that person also too sometimes is misperceived as being like the person I want to be like, or the person like him. Like,
That's
he's
the goal.
him. He's
That's
her.
the goal. Yep.
Right? And in reality, we don't realize that the only reason that they have so much is because they give so little.
They're hoarders.
It's not because they have like done these great things that we can't do. It's literally they have built their empire on the backs of others.
Yep.
And those people be the most miserable people. Y'all ever heard that saying that the millionaires and billionaires are the most depressed and sad people?
And you see it every day.
It's the same thing with
The surplus friend.
with the surplus friend.
These are the people that are so happy on the net but commit suicide.
Right.
Thought you were so happy. I thought you had all the brand deals and you had the Fendi bag and you was out every weekend. You that girl. What you mean? Why are you so sad?
Or you want to be the person in your friend group who's like, you know, like, I get the first pick at all the girls. I get, you know, like, cause I'm him. I pay for I'm
Yeah.
I'm him complex.
I'm here. Now,
Right?
park right there because I got to deal with this. So, and I want to say this in general. If you're that person, the reason why you're probably alone and don't have meaningful connections because you take up too much air in the room. Nobody can breathe. So eventually you're the only one in the room because you're sucking up all the air. And so if you're struggling with that concept, maybe you can't develop meaningful connections because you keep centering yourself. Like, people that have a surplus have a bad habit of centering themselves. The I'm him complex, I want to speak specifically to nonprofit, pastoral, and CEO leaders who struggle with innovation and getting people to buy into your mission. Here's probably why your organization is coming off inauthentic to certain generations because it's all about you. Like, here's my mark of leadership. If I can't see the evidence of your fruit in who's following you, then maybe it's all about you. Like, I should be able to see the fruit of who's following you, meaning they should be killing it even better than you. But if it's all about you, it makes it harder for the people behind you to come up. Because again, it's all about you.
Right.
and I see this all the time. And then you'll have the nerve to complain, ain't nobody bought into the mission. Ain't nobody bought into what we doing at the church. Ain't nobody doing this. I can't get nobody to volunteer. And then when you get the volunteers, it's, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. And I need you to do that. You're not doing that. And it's just like, my man, yo, are you
And
good?
it's even more subtle than that. It's in the, hey, can you do this for me?
For me.
For me?
Yeah, but who
And
are
it's
you?
like, who is you? Who,
Yeah,
like,
like, who are you?
who is you?
And
I'm not
we
doing that for you.
lose-
Like,
We lose the mission because you are the mission. You become the mission. You are the person. It's your personality. And here's the, y'all didn't trigger me, but I got to deal with this. Here's why a lot of movements will die in the next 20 years, because there's nobody of a surplus mindset that can maintain the idol of what you create the organization to be. There's nobody that can sustain this personality-driven organization because it was all about you for 20 years. You can't hand it off because it was all about you.
Yeah.
So if we're not you, there's nobody to hand it off to.
and this is called a cult.
This is called a cult,
This is called a
right? And I have to warn pastors now. And I have to warn civil rights leaders. You know why we're struggling in certain communities in the civil rights movement? Because it was all about you.
Yeah. Your notoriety, your fame.
And now that you don't have the capacity to carry the movement no more, you scared and you want to hold the baton because you made it about you. Let me tell you right now, and this is, I'm gonna speak of Brandon, all of us that live in this space. We are not waiting for your baton anymore. Okay, you can die with it. We can recreate it. In fact, we need to because it was all about you. Right? And so I see a succession crisis because of the I'm him complex. And we have to deal with that because a lot of you are surplus individuals. You've consumed so much from the community. And we ask you about how you've given back. Oh, you can't give an
Buy my
answer.
ebook.
Right, buy my book. Extend my brand. But who did you help?
Yeah, who'd you help?
All right, I'm done.
Did you share my free post?
Did you share bruh? Did you give me some opportunities? Did you uplift those? Or are you gatekeeping those because you're scared somebody gonna take something from you?
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Hiya.
And I think also too, I know we're talking about like, earthly friendships, but I think, even using the same concept as we talk about our relationship with God, right? Like, a lot of times we're that surplus friend to God.
For sure.
Like, even though we might not be that surplus friend in the flesh to each other, like, right? But I think that is also a big reality check that when you're really searching to grow and evolve in the spirit, I think that you have to have that self-check to say, okay, the way that my relationships with people of the flesh are gonna be representative of my relationship with my Father.
Absolutely.
And even if that relationship with my Father isn't the best, then I should be able to see where I'm lacking in the flesh to go to the Father and say, hey, look, before I can even become the best friend or the friend that Tiffany needs, I need to come to you and talk to you and get the guidance from you and have this friendship conversation with you, because I don't even think I've been a good friend to you.
But you got to be humble enough to acknowledge that. Like, that's the problem.
I've been taking,
Yes,
God, and that's what we do to God.
Yes.
Take.
You
And
gotta
then
be
he's
humble to
like,
acknowledge that.
once again, like in the last episode, all I want you to do is just say my name.
Hang
That's
out with
it.
me,
Say
dog.
my name, say my name.
Come on.
When,
Come on.
It's around you.
Say baby.
And what do we do? We act like we don't even know who he is. Who?
Who we talking about?
Jesus.
But
Who's that?
If you're always pointing the
Jesus.
finger, but if you're always pointing the finger at everybody else, you never stop to say, am I the guy? Am I doing that to you? Like, you can either be the accuser or you can be humble. And a lot of times when you have a surplus, you're accusatory of everybody else, and it makes it harder for you to look in.
Because I got everything.
Especially when it comes to
You have to be the problem. I got everything. I got what you want. No matter how I got it, I got what you want.
Right.
So I don't know what you ain't doing right in your world, or what you need to figure out, or what
That
you
part.
ain't saving, or what you ain't doing. But
I got it.
I'm the
I got
blueprint.
it.
I'm the blueprint. That part.
But they can never tell you how they got it, because if they
'Cause it
told
was all
you,
hollow.
yeah, and if they really tell you how they got it, they really will
It's
be
criminal.
calling
No.
They
themselves what?
finessing. I was gonna say they be finessing,
criminal.
getting over on folks.
Scammers. They're selling ebooks.
So my question to you, D, is like, how do we get to a place, or how do we help people via this conversation get to a place where they are at a happy medium, right? Or like how they are able to balance themselves to being able to, because I think we will go in and out of all of these spaces as humans.
Yes.
But it's about understanding and having discernment to say, okay, I'm leaning more to the surplus. I need to, balance myself a little bit. I'm leaning over here a little bit to the deficit. I need to. So like, what are some practical things that we can do to make sure that we stay in that balance, or to be a balanced
This
friend?
wasn't in my notes, but I really have to, because this is where I felt the Spirit answered you. Practically speaking, we have to understand grace. Like, I think to get balance, what Jesus teaches us is that you can't do it without grace.
Yeah.
What do you mean, D? Nobody perfect.
At all.
Nobody deserves God's relationship. Nobody deserves the access to God. Nobody deserves Jesus to die for them.
Right.
And so if we understand that you were worth saving, even though you didn't deserve it, it makes it easier to give grace to other people. But when you don't really appreciate grace, and you feel like God owed you something,
You'll expect that from everybody
then you'll
else.
expect it from everybody else. I'm telling you, in the last month, before getting ready for this series, I've lived this stuff. And the one lesson that I've seen that's dominant in people that struggle with deficits and surplus is just a mismanagement of understanding grace, how to give it and how to receive it. When you get that, that's the biggest way to get to a healthy rhythm of meaningful connections. But if you feel entitled, for one, you're going to be sensitive. For one, you're not going to be open to change or open to feedback. And you're going to feel like the world revolves around you.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be in your gravitational force 24/7 when you like that. But it really comes down, Brandon, to grace. I open that up to y'all, too.
I think for me, one of the things that I think people should be mindful of, or where you can see where you're like measuring in this space, is, are you seeking affirmation or are you giving affirmation? Right? So when I'm in a good place, I can compliment everybody. Right? Like I'm quick to compliment most people. Like your shoes, like your hat, you look nice today. Like, people need that, right? When I'm lacking, though, I'm seeking affirmation. And I'm like, man, somebody big me up. Somebody help me out. Like, let me post a selfie, thirst trap something. Like, you're seeking affirmation. And that's what you need to realize is, like, are you approaching your friend groups? Are you showing up in the group text, like, stirring the pot? Do you need the attention? And if you're in a good space, are you giving quality attention, or are you just spreading mess? That little self-check right there, am I giving, am I getting, and where is that stemming from? It'll let you know where you at all the time.
But sometimes as Christians, I'm struggling. My therapist told me this. I'm struggling with, I feel like God put us here to serve. And we're supposed to serve each other. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to serve. But I'm not really receiving the serve back. And it's like, how do I handle that without coming from a spiritual, oh, yeah, God do got me, but what point how do I not be the fool, I guess? In that,
So
Discernment,
no,
feeling plugged.
no. Rest. If Jesus, the Bible says that Jesus stealed away from the crowds numerous times throughout his entire ministry. If Jesus stealed away from the crowds, and that's Jesus, then why ain't you?
Right.
There has to be a balance in which you serve yourself so that you can serve the others. We misinterpret Jesus sometimes to think, Jesus, the writers literally put this in the gospel, the entire gospel. He intentionally stealed away from the crowds. Literally, he let them go on the way. That's how we get Peter walking on water. You know where Jesus was coming from? Being with himself.
The woman at the well.
Literally.
Hanging solo.
Solo,
for sure.
dolo.
That's
and,
so real.
and that's throughout the entire ministry of Jesus. So to answer your question, you can't serve others if you don't Sabbath. If you haven't Sabbath and served yourself, you may be giving something that they don't need that you needed. I've done that, where I've given away something that God said that wasn't even for them.
It's for you.
That was for you.
That's so real.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so understanding what we know now about social life, social budget in the context of how it plays into society, right? Into the larger fabric of cultural society, we have a very grind hard, no sleep kind of culture. So rest sounds lazy to us, right? As a culture. And that should be the biggest tell that the culture is counter Christ.
Yeah.
If Christ has told you outright to rest, and everybody around you is like, no, you just got to go harder. You need to lock in. Counterculture, red
Sleep
flag.
when you die.
That you got to see it for what it is. Idolizing these people who have all these followers and all these things, but they're hollow and nothing. Counterculture. The least of us will be the best of us. So it's like reminding yourself that really what we're called to be is change makers. That unless you are going against the grain, you're washed, bro. You swept up in the motion. And that was never your path.
Yeah, ever all.
Now, as we wrap it up, this has been a lot, I know, and I really want to for the what was the second time, but really for the first time, acknowledge I am writing a book for you to deal with this. It is impossible for us to do this in 2 episodes, and so I want to offer for those, and I'm writing to those who feel socially bankrupt. I want you to think about this. The people that are what we seem to understand is a common link between people that are a detriment to our society, that are going in schools and committing heinous acts, is they're being impacted by negative social networks. This means that your social circle has the power to potentially to push you to hurt other people. And at some point, we have to let God into the conversation. We talked about guns. We talked about mental health. But ain't nobody really having a conversation about how you can be indoctrinated by a bad social circle that may push you to hurt somebody else. Why is this personal for D? In 2008, I was named Mr. Antioch. Just a few months ago in our hometown, a young black brother dominated by a negative social network walked into my school that I love and took a young woman's life and harmed others and harmed himself because his social network told him he wasn't valuable. He was a mistake. Now, we're called to dark spaces. I'm not writing this to be another self-help book. I'm writing to pull some people out of feeling lost in their social space. You are not relegated to what they, them, and those have told you who you are. God's got a social circle that will validate who you are. I encourage you to read Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Don't fall into the pit because you are undervaluing the wrong relationships. This is the last season that you fall in love, fall in friendships, fall in situationships, fall in cuffing season. Shameless plug, next series. Fall in shacking, fall in the bed, fall in the bed, fall in the bed, fall in the bed with the wrong person.
Stand up.
You don't have to fall for anything
Stop
in
falling.
this season.
Come
Stop
on.
falling, baby.
I keep on
You
tripping.
gotta,
But don't fall.
Trip, you may trip, but baby, don't fall. And if you fall, the righteous man gets up again. So, baby, we ain't even judge you for falling. But if you ain't got to fall, don't fall, baby. Okay. So this is the season of being intentional with your social circle. If this is blessing you, you struggling with this, watch the replay. But meet us in prayer every Monday at 6:15. Send us your prayer requests, and as always, choose life, fam. All right. Peace.